Button
Oh yeah,
live.
Right, where are we actually sitting now?
I have no idea.
Yeah, you never.
Maybe we can make them.
Huh?
There's a couch spot over here.
Yeah, but there's three.
It was like last,
Mondo.
so we accepted.
Huh.
You go with Stacy. We will sit here because we're three. Okay?
Okay.
That sounds fantastic.
Zero Nova, I'm sorry I'm not snuggling you no more. I hope that's okay.
Zero. The safe word is banana. No, but really, choose this spot. Either here or there. Because we're three.
And I have the.
I will move these things over. Okay. This is yours? Yeah. Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
I will let you guys do whatever you want. I just figure. This is
Granny, you're the one who wanted to see the physical book, right?
Oh, you wait. That's it.
Yeah, that's the actual book.
Snowy, is your butt in the way?
There's a camera right there.
Sorry, you've been overpowered by
Is it in the way? Wait,
I don't
no,
know,
you can
I'm-
put it on here if you want to now. Because we're moving from these
Okay.
chairs.
Okay.
Oh, he
Hold on,
even-
stop kissing me. I gotta move the camera.
Right here would be fine, wouldn't it?
Probably.
I'll mute it because I can do my camera from the phone now.
Wait.
Wait, what the heck kind of view is that?
Actually, it's decent right there. Said that.
I can go wide.
Yep.
Sorry, I just.
Actually,
Okay, hopefully it's not upside down.
Oh, right, yeah. Well, like,
don't look upside
down.
down. You don't have a speedo anymore, so yeah, you're good.
Alright.
Like that.
So are you all ready? You right there, Val?
Yes, I'm great.
Alright.
Normally you.
You guys sit down if you want.
First story is going to be from the Best American Science Fiction Fantasy book. It's called The Cold Calculations. It's written by Amy Ogden. Once upon a time, a little girl had to die. It was just math.
What?
Wrong place, wrong time. Bad luck. Too bad, so sad. We've all heard such stories, told them, shared them, collected them. Not in the way that we collect trinkets, more like how a sock collects holes. We're submerged in such stories. We breathe them in like carbon dioxide. Poisonous in the long term, but a fact of life nonetheless. But stories have authors. From the gaudiest fantasy to the grim autobiography. And when once upon a time becomes so many, many times, surely someone must think to ask, had to die? On whose authority? It's simple physics, of course. Natural law. Unless, of course, someone's been fudging the numbers. Alvarez is standing beside the airlock as it cycles, pretending not to hear the girl cry. He acts like he can't see her, can't hear her, and at least he's leaving her some dignity, right? As if there's any dignity to be had in this godforsaken mess. As if it's dignified to jump out of an airlock into nothing but a jumpsuit and your stockinged feet. As if anyone could have a reason to hold her head up high after she's been told her dumbass little stowaway life is worth less than a razor-thin fuel margin that will safely decelerate this dropship when it reaches its destination. The math is nauseatingly simple. There is no other ship with a possible intercept course. There's no other dropship that can get the dying colonists on August Minor the nanotherapy antivirus they need. There's no give in the physics of it all, only in the squishy human parts of the equation. There's still something wrong here. Or, if not wrong, then at least not right. Alvarez can't put his finger on what yet. The airlock clanks, It's fully dilated on his side now. The kid blows her nose on her sleeve. Shara. Her name is Shara. She deserves the dignity of a name. At least, thank you, she says. Her voice does not break. God's, how does her voice not break? She's walking to her death to save him. A man twice her age, and a bunch of colonists she'll never meet. And she's thanking him. This isn't the big wrongness. The one that's underlined every moment since he pulled her out of a nanotherapy storage capsule. But it's a damned big one anyway. When she lets go of the loop and floats up towards the airlock, he grabs her by the sleeve, a little too hard, so that she bounces lightly against the inside of the hull of the dropship. No, he says, too close to her face. No, fuck this. We'll figure out something. We will. That's when she starts crying for real. Not when she thinks she's about to die, but when God sends something down the mountain and there's still a chance it might be rain. When the tears get too big, they float up from her face and pelt him, like rain in reverse. He grabs her and crushes her against him. And she cries. He thinks like babies must cry before they get taught that pain is something to hide. It's not right, he says, into the top of her head. He never had kids. A dropship's pilot life is not exactly conductive to parenthood. But for a moment, this little dumbass stowaway that she is his kid. It's every kid. You never should have to make the choice. Molly Maga's sisters talk in whispers. In the back room of the little treatment apartment, Molly is sleeping. Molly is dying. Money or health? Money or your life? Bastards. What else were they supposed to do? Their mother is at the stove, stirring the sauce for supper. Every now and then she puts a hand in her pocket and fingers the pitted black tooth that lies at the bottom. The latest one collected from Molly's mouth. When she closes her eyes, she remembers the first time Molly came home from the watch factory. The gleaming greenish smile. How they all exclaimed. How they had all laughed. My pretty girl, she said. So proud. Such a good living. Such a good girl. My beauty. She would take this pain away from her daughter and make it her own if she could. She digs harder with her wooden spoon, scraping the bottom of the pot. It doesn't wipe away the sweat that rolls from her eyes. This is her daughter. Even if she wasn't, even if she were someone else's, good God, she's only 24. Still a child. The spoon clatters to the floor. Miss Maggie leans against the kitchen wall. Who are they? The factory owners, and foremen, and faceless scientists in their white coats who put this on her. Some man at a desk, totting up columns in his ledger. Profit on this side, little girls' lives in the others. Who gave them the right? No one gave them the right. It's something that they took. It's not something that one woman can snatch back all on her own. Not even when the little girl who had to die upon it, that time, was her own. Armed only with the cheapest screwdrivers from the ship's repair kit, Alvarez and the kid do their best to tear the dropship apart. The ship was not outfitted with the proper tools to be strip mined from the inside out. Hindsight is, as ever, a bitch. Together they chuck everything and anything they can out the airlock. Cleaning supplies, every last scrap of food, Alvarez's spare uniform, and all of his bedding that can be torn loose from the walls. They even managed to rip up one of the metal panels lining the ship's interior, one that hadn't been screwed in correctly. The rest are flush and refuse to budge. more piece of space junk. Hopefully it does not become another dropship's urgent problem. But space is big. The inside of a dropship is small. They do the math. With each piece of mass that goes flying off when the new career is interstellar Jetson, they crunch the numbers. And the numbers crunch back. It's not enough. Not enough to add up to a single scrawny kid with her whole damn life ahead of her. If he could just flush the whole water system and run dry all the way into August Minor, that would be more than enough. But he cannot find a manual release. Not in the hardware itself, and not in the emergency handbook in his handheld. And there's an emergency rationing shutoff if he tries to draw too much at once. Water, water everywhere, and not a drop to sink. I'll do it, Shara says as he curses out the plumbing. Her tone is leaden. Too bad he can't throw that out the airlock. It's my fault anyway. I wanted to see my mom and dad. They'll die along with everyone else if these supplies don't get there in time. It's fine. It's not fine. He punches the water filtration unit, which does no harm other than sending him rebounding across the ship. Just let me think. There's something I'm missing. I know it. There must be a way out. No one has to die. Rusiev mops his brow with a handkerchief, as he and Yuri trudge together up the cement block stairwell. They keep moving, their voices buried beneath the echo of their footfalls. It's not safe to stop. Every ear is always listening. It's not safe to return to Rusiev's apartment, if the party has not bugged it yet. That's due only to incompetence, not will. No one had to die. Yuri Gangren is only 34, and he moves heavily, like an old man. Guilt lays extra weight across his shoulders. When a man lays down his life for yours, that's a weight you'll carry for the rest of your days. Vladimir Komarov knew what he was doing, knew who he was saving when he stepped down aboard the Soyuz. But he did anyway. We all knew the flight was doomed. They knew it too. His lips barely moved around the word they. Best not to say aloud who they are. To name a thing gives it power. And Yuri holds too little power already to surrender anymore. He keeps folders full of well-creased papers, inscribed with the pleas for his help. Dear Comrade Gangren, esteemed hero of the USSR, can he not pull the strings to secure an officer's commission for this excellent young man? Can he not see that the good daughter of the fatherland will be admitted to university despite her father's Jewish heritage? Can he not snap his fingers to make medicine, food, housing rain down upon the comrades who esteemed him so? He cannot. Could not even when he had friends in the Liberator. And now he only has enemies there. Komarov died to save a hero of the Soviet Union who has never really existed. He fumbles for a cigarette, but his pocket is empty. Rusiev produces a pair, and they smoke in silence. Finally still as the air grays around them. I should have done something else to keep him grounded, Yuri says. The words floating out of him in his smoky breath. Dangerous words. And the smoke does nothing to obscure the truth of them. Rusiev shakes his head, holding the smoke in. They had already made up their minds. The nebulous they again. An all-hearing hobgoblin invoked if his name was spoken thrice. No evidence could have changed that.
Sorry.
There was nothing to be done. He clasps Yuri's shoulder firmly, briefly. Yuri has forgotten his jacket. Rusyev's hand is cold through her shirt. I should go. You should, Yuri stays, sitting alone in the stairs, smoking until only ash remains. Ash and doubt. Like guilt, doubt is a cruel master to bear for the rest of one's life. But Yuri knows, even then, he has not had so much life ahead of him that he cannot bear it. For a little while, his knuckles tap restlessly against the battered aluminum treads on the step. Guilt is often all that's left when people should be feeling anger. It's an inconvenience to the people with blood in their hands and fingers in the scale. The data refuse to make sense. It's rude. If you ask Alvarez, he queries and requeries his interface station, poring over the numbers until his anxiously firing neurons finally strike a connection. The naughty data revolves into one vicious big picture. He knows what he's been missing. Oh God, does he know what it is? His jolt of hysterical laughter brings the kid's head up. What? She demands. She bobs over his shoulder, almost hitting her head in the bulkhead to peer at the interface, as if she can make heads or tails of the techno jumble on the screen. What is it? The launch, he says. It's the launch. He highlights one particular figure in red. It's not just the deceleration. There was extra mass on board when we were accelerating, too. Her blank, frightened face makes an obscure anger in him. He swipes one arm hard, wiping away the calculation display. Even if I did push you out the airlock, I'm not going to do that. Even if I did, there's still not enough fuel for me on my own. The margin was razor thin. The kind of margin you could cut yourself open on. He rides another wave of hysterical laughter into disassociation, into the euphoria of a perfect understanding. We've been fucked since the get-go. She stares at him. Her eyes are huge and dark in the big gray moon of her stupid 16-year-old face. I killed you, she says. I've killed you. She's beating her own chest and head and shoulders with her fists. And Alvarez has never done zero-G wrestling before, let alone with someone half his size, whose dumbass head he would go just as soon not split on the bulkhead, because they're both going to die out there. And they are. Why the fuck should they have to do it alone? When she's calmer, he produces a small plastic pouch from inside his flight suit. Her lips curls at the sight of it. It's extra mass. It sounded like a curse the way she said it. I know. I was planning to piss it out the airlock pretty soon here. He opens the outside lid and squeezes some of the liquid inside his mouth, and then offers it to her. She takes a tiny sip and gags, sending tiny spheres of whiskey into orbit around them. She shoves the flask back at him. He takes it with a shrug. Plastic-flavored liqueur is better than none. It's not real enough to take the edge off. It's meant to be a victory toast upon a successful touchdown, not an opportunity for self-medication. But it seems a damn shame to waste it. I hate physics, she says as he takes another pull. He wipes his mouth with the back of his hand. Gone already. Caramel flavor lingers in the back of his tongue. No, you don't. I'm allowed to hate the thing that's killing me. It's not physics that's killing us. He throws up the empty pouch to the inside of the airlock door as it bounces and spins lazily across the ship. It's some accountant in Winnipeg. Fucked us over to save the company some cash. Whose calculation was it? How much did it save? 20, 30,000 bucks? A single externality. One small human life. Cheap as hell, all things considered. Money is all that counts. Who cares what happens to the likes of us? Han Wan shouts into the railroad foreman's face, so the little spittle flecks in the man's brown beard. Perhaps he would take a swing at the foreman too, but with what? One of his arms terminates just below the elbow, the other at the narrow point of a wrist. Sweat crowns his forehead. The sour stench of sickness clings to him, to the stained bandages and the stumps of his arms. There is a list on the foreman's table of employees to be paid for their time. Ha Wan's name is not on it. My family depends on me. The foreman doesn't speak Cantonese, and the fever is curtailed off whatever part of Han Wan the English words occupied. Would it matter if the foreman understood him? What would that change? His countrymen pull away from him from the table before the foreman's bully boys can intervene. They try to lead him back to his cot, but he pulls away before they can stuff him back inside the hot, half-dark tent. They do not follow as he stumbles out in the scrubby highlands. Each of them is exhausted, spirits hammered flat with every blow of their iron mallets, every blast of dynamite. How far can he go? They ask themselves. Not far. Dizziness catches him first, then exhaustion. And he crashes knees first into the side of a boxcar laden with lumber for the new line. Bright new lines of pain crawl up to the dull, enveloping ache and the morphine haze. He has scraped his back on the rough metal. 2 drops of blood strike the sandy soil. In the dust-scratched sunlight, they already look faded and brown. Han Wan is only surprised he has blood left to lose. Alone, what difference can one human being make? More so than you think. Change comes incrementally. This is a symphony, not a solo. Alvarez is supposed to be sleeping. Instead, he and the girl drift silence, separately, less than 16 hours out from the August minor. He thinks the kid's asleep, her breathing uninterrupted by hitches and starts. A polyp of snot hangs by a thread from her upper lip. Her face looks sunken, dehydrated. Grief is exhausting, but Alvarez is not tired. There's an artery beating a staccato rhythm in his neck, and an acid burn at the back of his throat. Periodically, he reminds himself that he absolutely cannot throw up right now. He and the kid have fallen into opposing patterns. Her spinning in place roughly clockwise, him counterclockwise. They've only known each other a little while. There's a strange sense of belonging here. This person's inexorably tied to him over the course of the hours in a way that feels like DNA. Or more than that. She sprung fully formed from the bulkhead of his own ship. Fractal spiderwebs of veins at her temples, maps to places that have never existed and never will. Another few rotations, and Alvarez studies those subtle geometries, seeking the kind organic understanding that does not come from math anyway. Then he uses one hand to quietly push himself towards the computer. One more set of numbers to crunch between her and oblivion. The math does not cooperate willingly, but Alvarez does not ask nicely. He smashes the physics wide open, like his own personal piñata, bashing it with calculations on fuel reserves and trajectories and human gravitational tolerances. There should have been fail-safes and backsides and extra reserves. There should have been possibilities other than the company literally nickeling and diming 2 people to their deaths. There should have been a world where the story has a happy ending. No, fuck that. There should be a world where the story has an ending at all. Because as Alvarez sees it, staring down the sawed-off barrel of ugly math, staring down the a long line of failures and accidents and miscalculations just like this one. It's never actually gotten around to ending before. It's the same story, told over and over again in a Mobius loop of tragedy. Once upon a time, the people in charge told some peons they had to die. So they did. Rinse, repeat. He pauses, eyes unfocused, staring into his screen until the numbers blur and run. How much pain has he already poured into this job? The backaches, the solitude, the exoskeleton he has to cram himself into whenever he has to spend a hot minute on the ground. Pain is the only true renewable resource. It's the only asset the corporation has never been stymied with. He swipes away his calculation, keys in a simple message, and pushes off and glides across the capsule to the airlock control. His hands are not shaking. He thought he'd be more nervous, but his neurological system can't work up the proper panic. Dulled by the booze, short-circuited by the recent excess of adrenaline. The cover flips up. He flexes his hands. He'll have to move fast before the kid realizes what's happening. He keys in the control sequence. The first door cycle is open and he moves. A wiry hand latches on the back of his suit. No, the girl screams as they flip end over end away from the airlock. A graceless ballet. No, don't. Let go. He struggles to free himself, but her grip is strong. She clings to his back like a strangling vine. Wasn't going to push you. I know what you're going to do. Her shriek in his ears makes him wince as they rebound together off the bulkhead. You can't. I can. He doesn't want to hurt her. That's the problem. It's like wrestling a lizard. And those tiny little wall climbers. They're always all over the house where he grew up in Iowa. Fast and sneaky, but so small and fragile. He tries to pull her up over his head. Let go. She's less concerned about hurting him. Her fingers snag tight in his jumpsuit. She draws blood through the cheap fabric. Damn it, he hisses. But the jolt of pain is enough for him to tear her loose. He pushes her away and the momentum sends him flying towards the airlock and her away from it. She scrambles to reorient herself. She's too slow. He keys in the code from the other side of the airlock, seals it shut between them. It's okay, he shouts through the metal door. She bangs on the other side, swearing viciously. The ground crew at August Minor will talk you through the deceleration. You don't have to land the ship. They'll be able to send a shuttle for you. This isn't fair, she screams, which is a stupid thing to say. She's young, so he lets it go. You can't do this. Again, I think you'll find I can. He grins crookedly. Remember, she can't see him. I've made my decision. It's okay. In fact, I've never been more secure in my life. Have you been following along closely? We're coming to the hands-on portion of the exercise. Don't feel guilty. Find your anger. You're going to need it. The girl pounds on the closed airlock. She smashes the keypad, but she doesn't know the magical password to reveal its passage. The astronaut reaches for the internal keypad. It's cold in the airlock, and his fingers shake. He mistypes the code the first time. He puts his hands in his armpits to snatch the last moment's warmth. Perhaps he should have recorded a message for his sister and for her family. It's too late now. But this is the only thing left for him. This is the right thing. Because all the other options that remain are too ugly to choose. The girl has stopped screaming. She's so loud that he must be able to hear it in August Minor, he thinks. But his lips fail to fit themselves into a smile. Loud enough to wake the dead. It's not fair. She howls again. Someone do something. But there isn't anyone left who could. Or would, is there? Somewhere, sometime, A man sits behind his desk, killing a girl with a stroke of his pen. Not because he hates her. He feels nothing for her at all. To him, she is a simple tool, an externality, an inconvenient hunk of mass. It's never his fault that she dies, of course, even as he damns her over and over again. He's just doing his job. We must, the man at the desk insists, chalk her death up to the cold and caring universe in which we live. That's the point, of course. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. Physics are impersonal, the fabric of reality, the canvas into which we paint our lives. Physics existed before us. Math was created by human beings, and that is why math knows how to be cruel. Other things in cruelty can still be taught, given time, given opportunity. If a man can kill a girl with a stroke of a pen, what can the rest of us do? It's easy to decry his callousness, to raise our voices and shout over him. But this girl is not Tinkerbell. And a show of hands and a little noise will not be enough to bring her back. It's not enough, and it never was. Just to point at the evil and name it for what it is. Feel your feet on the floor, or on the line where your back meets your chair. You're stronger than you think. There are some desks that need to be flipped, and they need you to flip them. Some of them are heavy, but don't worry. You won't be expected to set your shoulders to them alone. Some of those desks will have men behind them, clutching pens and indignation. Some people will be very upset at the very notion that the desk was the wrong side up. But there's a girl out there whose life hangs in the balance. She's going to need you to get out front and push. You too might not feel like much. Your little body fighting the terrible gravity that is cold arithmetic. But it's so much. It's everything. It's all there is. The entire dropship decelerates as if slapped by the careless hand of God. Alvarez is thrown against the side of the airlock. In the unexpected arrival of G-forces, the girl's cries cut off as she too is flung. Shit, what the shit is that? He mashes the code until open up the airlock again. Even though it's going to be 100 times harder to get past the kid this time, he has to make sure she's not concussed, hemorrhaging, or otherwise the waste of a sacrifice. She's got a bloody nose, which has made a nightmarish three-dimensional abstract painting of the dropship's interior, but it seems otherwise unharmed. What was that? She asks, voice thick with blood and confusion. Did we hit something? Couldn't have. We wouldn't be here to have the conversation. He nudges her aside and checks his screens. Nothing out of the ordinary. All systems green, except if a man at a desk can kill a little girl with a little bit of ink, then we can save her in the exact same way. There are more of us than there are of him. Break his pen, throw it out the window, and send the desk after it. This can't be right. He checks the readout again, double checks it, does a quick and dirty visual verification against the star field visible. This can't be right, and it is. What's wrong? Too much for him to sum up, too much for him to explain away, except one little word. Nothing. He bombs aside and shows her in the screen that projects the trajectory towards August Minor. Everything is impossibly green. We'll make planetfall just ahead of schedule. 6:12, local time. She does not blink, as if closing her eyes and the display will wipe it away. It's impossible. Yeah. How could it have happened? Couldn't have. She clings to the pilot's seat, adrift, still fixed on the readout. The glow of screens paint her over pale green glow. And when she smiles slowly, her teeth shine in the dropship. Now what? Alvarez does not have an easy answer. When a miracle hands your life back to you, what do you do with it? How can you ever pay it back? I guess I'll go home. Back to Earth. Home can mean a lot of different things for a dropship pilot. The ship hums gently around them, anthropomorphically innocent, as if it didn't nearly become their coffin. Home. She's staring at the screens, as if not blinking for a solid minute will make the readouts comprehensible to her. For her, home is where the people on August Minor are waiting. Why Earth? Well, that's where the company HQ is. Thought I'd pay them a visit. He keys in the deceleration sequence and smiles, his lips pulling tight over dry teeth. Miracles are hungry things. They'll feed this one by living long enough to be a pain in the company's ass. Pain is a renewable resource. Time to see how well it burns. That is the Cold Calculations by Amy Ogden. And I only got 2. One and I know Rekka was out for a little bit.
Oh, that one I've heard before, so I was
Yes,
happy
I know.
it doesn't have.
I assure you, you got more than you got to at least 4. I think.
Oh, okay.
I was just mad it took him so long to realize the acceleration cost more, because that's what that was like my first thought. My first thought when they were talking about it, I was like, when are they expecting to say? I assumed they messed up.
Panic and being in the middle of a situation are 2 very good factors for blinding people.
He's supposed to be a smart cookie with his maths
Yep.
and his
Yeah.
calculations.
Fox has probably experienced this. Doing accounting and there's been someone slapping you in the face that you just
Oh,
missed.
absolutely.
Yeah. It happens all the time.
Me too. I was confused. I was probably not listening. How big was the ship?
Small.
Oh, okay.
It's meant to be very small.
Okay, that makes sense.
Just for one person. That's
Yeah. When that was a big metal panel, I was like, I bet that weighs a child.
Well, it depends on the money.
Yeah.
So we'll wait for everyone to get back and then we will
Yeah,
finish
sheet
up.
metal will be super thin.
Yeah, I
won't it?
guess okay.
And this is also, mind you, this is interstellar travel, so who knows what the metal is at that point.
We like,
Now I see why when I write on the back
You,
half
do
of
you
your
want to lay down
you're like
for
events.
this one?
Like
I beat myself.
like half of the fucking crew is like I don't fucking pass
Yep.
out.
No, it's like
He's
bad
gonna see
fun.
why now.
Go. You.
Alright, bathroom breaks.
Yes, but
Everyone take a moment to,
Lay down.
I need
There you
a
go.
water real fast.
Lay down here.
Take painkillers.
Oh, it's like you have water and
No, it's the prescription I have to take.
is it rainbow?
That sounds like
It's not, it's just too bad. Oh, listen, yeah.
It matches my bracelet. Yeah.
So is
Best
my,
color.
I thought you had a water inside that thing.
I know, that's what I was like
One of my
3
winters
drops.
right now.
special water.
There you go.
We'll be right back and then we'll put everyone else to sleep. Good night, story.
I know, I was like very confused. Like 3 drops? Oh, while we have intermission, some things I've noticed. My leg is asleep.
Careful with that, you do look quite bad.
Okay, so this table up here is the free stuff table. So anything there you can take and it is now yours. Except for, don't touch Zero Nova's thing though, in my phone. Another thing is the very first thing when you come in, I think there's Rekka's Love is there right now. The top shelf will be for lost and found objects. If I find a random object and I don't know whose it is, I will throw it there. Also, I'm keeping the fridge organized.
I found a random object.
What?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You're not quick.
What?
I'm gonna have more later, but we'll go over that later.
So Fox, this is Snowy's first story time.
Okay.
He's never awake.
Yeah.
It's like 3:30 in the morning when you have your story times normally.
Oh my heavens.
yes, it is.
So I can't wait for him to hear this one.
Yes.
This is gonna be
Yes, Fox.
Are you gonna do
Yes.
That's the UK time now. 3:27. So,
Yeah. So this would be roughly when you'd start it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, this is the normal start time. Is right.
I'll be awake in about an hour to go to work. So,
Oh,
yeah.
I see Brownie is returning.
Friday is returning. Well, we're still waiting for that.
returning.
So this way I don't have to risk my skirt.
Wait, what? How are you seeing in the card?
Here?
Wait, what?
How are you seeing in the card? You say you see a brown.
I could see him.
Oh, okay. It looks like you were looking at your phone, like you have like a webcam set up.
All right.
Yeah. This is Snow's first.
Are you ready for the bedtime story?
Oh,
Hey,
Yes,
this
this
is
is fun.
super fun.
I'll go grab my truck and come by because I don't want to walk all this
Yes.
crap over there.
Yes.
So if a few people will be able to help me after this, just carry some of the crap down.
Sure.
I can't help.
That's fine.
Yes.
So then I will read you all. Oh, sorry, so let me get in comfy. Here is the actual copy of the traditional bedtime story, Go the Fuck to Sleep.
By Samuel L. Jackson.
Actually, Adam Mansbach is the author. Sam Jackson didn't read it.
Great job.
Oh, you did a fantastic job. Alright. The cats nestle close to their kittens. The lambs have laid down with the sheep. You're cozy and warm in your bed, my dear. Please go the fuck to sleep. The windows are dark in the town, child. The whales huddle down in the deep. I'll read you one very last book if you swear you'll go the fuck to sleep. The eagles who soar through the sky are at rest, and the creatures who crawl, run, and creep. I know you're not thirsty. That's bullshit. Stop lying. Lie the fuck down, my darlings, and sleep. The wind whispers soft through the grass, hun. The field mice, they make not a peep. It's been 38 minutes already. Jesus Christ, what the fuck? Go to sleep. All the kids from daycare are in dreamland, and the froggy has made his last leap. Hell no, you can't go to the bathroom. You know where you can go? The fuck to sleep. The owls fly forth from the treetops, through the air as they soar and they sweep. A hot crimson rage fills my heart, love. For real, shut the fuck up and sleep. The cubs and the lions are snoring, wrapped in a big snuggly heap. How can you do all this other great shit, but you can't lie the fuck down and sleep? The seeds slumber beneath the earth now, and the crops the farmers will reap. No more questions, this interview's over. I've got 2 words for you, kid. Fucking sleep. The tiger reclines in the simmering jungle. The sparrows have silenced her cheep. Fuck your stuffed bear, I'm not getting you shit. Close your eyes, cut the crap, and sleep. The flowers doze low in the meadows, and high in the mountains so steep. My life is a failure. I'm a shitty ass parent. Stop fucking with me, please, and sleep. The giant pangolins of Madagascar are snorting as I lie here and openly weep. Sure, fine, whatever, I'll get you some milk. Who the fuck cares? You're not going to sleep. This room is all I can remember. The furniture is crappy and cheap. You win, you escape. You run down the hall as I nod the fuck off and sleep. Bleary and dazed I awaken to find your eyes shut, so I keep my fingers crossed tight as I tiptoe away and pray that you're fucking asleep. We're finally watching our movie. The popcorn is in the microwave. Beep. Oh shit, god damn it, you've got to be kidding. Come on, go the fuck back to sleep. The end.
That was my favorite. I really like that one.
Great one.
exactly what the fuck am I doing? It's like, yeah, what the fuck?
Having a parent of a child, they're very relatable passages. You get to spend 38 minutes or anything. Oh god. And yes, all that furniture is crappy. So, thank you all for listening in.
Thank you for coming through.
Thank you, folks.
There's lots of leftovers. Please enjoy them. I don't plan on taking any of that food home.
Oh, the food.
There is one large Tupperware though that I want to snag. They have the buttered noodles
It is in the sink.
in the sink. I will get that right.
What is carry?
Don't run away.
My camera stuff. I'll
Okay.
point out for a moment.
$1.03.
Alright,
My shoes on.
part 2 of talking. So, another thing. You don't have to wear these. You can if you want. Just make it.
But
They will be
legally allowed to
so
touch you
helpful
if
for
you're
wearing.
Maybe.
They absolutely are.
I don't wear it because it's sound yes. So.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a cool thing and souvenir take home. So it was 1 year and approximately 4 months ago that the server really kicked off, and we had our first event, and it was Laser Dome. And I remember being in a room of like 15 people and being like, holy shit, what am I doing? And it had been since 2013, the last time I ran a big community. And I was really depressed for a long time because I didn't have anyone to take care of, and small goals, large goals, whatever. So thank you all for being here. Holy shit.
Is it what you expected?
Huh?
Is it what you expected?
Like being in real life?
No, like being here with us, yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Especially Rebecca. Anyway, so,
Knowing this group, yes.
so I appreciate all you being here. You know, we've had our ups, we've had our downs, we've made new friends, we've lost ones. Next year, I'm sure some of you guys will be gone. But you know what? 10 years, come on back and we'll talk. It'll be fun. It'll be great. Yes.
I'm confused, but that's not.
Remember to love yourself, forgive each other. You know, true friends understand and we care and we love. Fuck what society says. Brag about the good stuff that you do in life. And, yep. So you're all cool.
You need to give credit to yourself too. You're great.
I am working on it, and it is actually insane what a difference just having other people to believe in you makes you feel. Vent channel a year and 6 months ago. Don't look at it. And
Public rings here and there.
poor Fox was there during that
Oh, yes.
era, and he's probably like, "What the fuck's up with this lady?" Right. So
you say
like,
that means he's seen you grow.
Yes.
yes,
Yes,
and
I have.
the
Yes,
people,
you do.
the people that stick around through the tough times and the good times are those that matter most, and remember that.
I'm proud of you.
I am proud. I'm proud of me too, and I'm proud of all of you for doing your best. And it means a lot. And a lot of times I don't say a whole lot, or I myself am scared or anxious or whatever. But I'm there watching and reading. I read every message in that Discord except for the music channel and the adult page channel. And
I forward you the good ones out of the adult.
yeah, so it's I see everything that goes on, and it's great. October I will be back more in VR chat now that I have a place to stay and things. So I look forward to doing more, at least being at more events. And so thanks to all of you guys hosting events and going to events and everything. It means a lot, and we've created a very unique thing on the internet that I think doesn't exist anywhere else. I've been bullied out of every community I've tried to join, so we just make a community of love and stint. So yeah, you're all cool, and I appreciate it.
Proud of you. You did great.
Give me a few minutes. I'll shoot a message in the Discord. I'm just go get the truck and pull over here so I don't have to walk all this crap.
I will help you guys out. Yes, I will.
I'll do the
You take the camera though. I will take the
So
Discord.
are we gonna talk about the real fact
Better
that
be
it
drunk.
wasn't for you, none of this would be here?
All of you all
created-
should bring that up constantly, please.
You created an amazing community. If you didn't create it, none none of us would be here. So we're only here because of you.
I try, and I fuck up a lot. I am not perfect.
Everyone makes mistakes. It just matters
We love each other,
whether
we
you
forgive
grow
each
from
other.
them or not.
We give ourselves. We learn from our mistakes, and we try to do better no matter what. And that's what's important.
Fucking
I
lies.
don't care how many times you guys mess up, as long as you never give up. And I will always say that.
Proud of you.
I'll still fuck up too.
Awesome, Mondo.
Okay, let's carry the box of stuff.
Do you need to do anything with the phone?
Go to bed.
Oh.
Huh?
Do you need to do anything with the phone?
Yeah. I'll hit the stop button. I don't know who's there. Hello, Twitch. Is
Hi.
anyone there?
Oh, wait.
I don't know.
It was just all over your face.
We have 2 viewers. Hello, viewers. I don't know how to do any of this.
I don't either. Wait, buttons.
I would fall over to it.
Lunchbox! Lunchbox, hello! John's drunk.
What? What about me?
Somewhere. He's behind.
Wait, who's John?
He's sleeping. Right there.
Oh yeah.
And Bimler's here in Alto. Why is the camera sideways? Because it is.
It's bim.
Subwoofer, Frodo, Cosby, Jay Gamer.
Whoa! Who's there?
Whoa,
People are in chat. People are in chat.
Oh, hey, Peter.
Bim.
wait a second.
Malto.
Wait, whoa. Wait, whoa.
Are you still delirious from the steppies?
Wait a second.
I swear to God.
Wait, you can punch him now.
You got pussy.
Oh my gosh.
I'm voted.
Okay, we're gonna stop streaming. Thank you all for joining. We'll see you on the next live stream. I'm sure we will have another one. I don't know how to stop this.
I have seen it.
I'm good.
Look how cute you are.
Me?
Yep.
Frick off.
Who's in chat?
Like literally everyone.
I just heard Bimmers in chat, so I started.
Bimmers?
Yeah. I don't remember. Bimler?
Oh, this is change camera.
Bim's full username. I just heard Bim.
How do we stop? We can never stop streaming. Phone's help.
Wait, you're a streamer?
I don't stream on the phone. Here's our frogs that we're sacrificing to Bones. Right? We'll at least entertain them while we have them. I swear to God, how do I just close? Do I just close Twitch?